Hi there. I got this request from a young man who says that he feels more and more unhappy with his body. He feels incredibly at disease with his looks. And I'm very concerned because when we have these body issues, it can be terribly tyrannical and it can really hurt our lifestyle and our lives, and we can make terrible decisions just to feel that we're in the right body. We can torture ourselves really badly. Now, where does this start? Let's start with the psychological stuff that goes on that can lead us to one of these body difficulties, this hate for my body issue. Well, at a certain stage in our lives, hope can be blown out, and suddenly we have no hope left. And when hope isn't around, and that's something that we're not really in charge of, because sometimes reality can be overwhelming. Sometimes we can be, we can lose our bearings, and that's when hope goes out. When hope goes out, one of the emergency people that turns up is ideal. Ideal me, ideal me. And you start thinking, if I were only. And when we do that, we get into serious trouble. Some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen have also been the people who have hated their bodies the most. Ballerinas, top models, people like that. Athletes, beautiful people, amazing bodies. And how do they feel about their bodies? Oh yes, but if you look at my little finger, it's a little bit twisted to that side. Or look at this, I have this mole here that's not very nice. Or the most amazing case I saw, this beautiful guy who looked like Russell Crowe, absolutely stunningly handsome. And he was so upset because one of his nipples was inverted. So it was terrible. And I don't know how many people saw his nipples ever in his life, but it's not something that you wear on your sleeve every day. But he felt that it was a terrible, terrible deformity. What I'm trying to say is that we have the body we have. And sometimes when life is difficult and we feel very vulnerable, idealism comes along and tells us the story. If I only looked differently, if I only had a different body, if I only had this ideal body I fantasize myself inside, I would be happy. But happiness has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. It has something to do with something else. Happiness has to do with what we do with what we've got. I'm going to take you outside and we're going to look at it from another point of view with an analogy, okay? See you outside. So this is my car. As you can see, it's a standard car. It's not very big, it's not very small. And there are some flaws like this one over here. And come over here, I want to show you something else. I want you to see that the rear end can also use some improvement, as you can see. Now, let's think about the analogy of bodies and cars. This car is what I need for my lifestyle. It's not too big, it's not too small. It can take me to the places I want to be. Maybe it's not the most beautiful car in the parking lot, but it's definitely pretty good for me. It's normal enough for me to park it anywhere I like in my town, and it's good enough on petrol control to take me anywhere I want to go. And it's not flawless. It's definitely not flawless. Look at it. There are things that don't work. Now, the same as with my body. I can tune this to a certain style. I can change the color, maybe I can change the bump. But if this car were my body, like my body is where myself lives, where I live, I can't change cars. And also, do I really want to change cars? Have a look at this one. This one is beautiful. It's much bigger. It's much more expensive. It's super elegant and all of that. But do I want the cost of that car? Do I want the body of a top model? Do I really want the cost of that car? Can I afford to do that? Is that something I want to do? Well, maybe not. Maybe that's not for me. Maybe it's for somebody else. But in any case, it's not like I can change my body and I can get into another body. I can tune it up a little bit, but I cannot change it. So if I want to be happy, the most important thing for me is to say, I am going to live the best life possible with the body I've got. And this body is the best body I have to be me, to be myself.